Good morning. Good morning. We are here for a 30-minute flow, so it's quick and let's get right into it. We're coming onto our back as usual, Supta Baddha Konasana. When you come onto your back today, though, I want you to take the soles of your feet together. Remember, take your feet as close or as far away as you like, as it feels good. And as you let your knees fall to the side, we often, when we come into this pose, especially if we have tight hip flexors, we let tension sit in our legs. So we kind of squeeze our knees a little bit so it doesn't hurt as much. I I really encourage you to try and find some relaxation in your legs. So as you're here in Supta Baddha Konasana, try to breathe into letting your muscles relax. So letting your knees fall to the side. Take one hand to your belly, right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart, or both hands to your belly. If you're really focusing on letting those knees fall and letting that release happen, take both hands to your belly, just so that everything's nice and centered. Find that right place for you, and then just let the knees go. Let the glutes relax. Don't squeeze in your rump and let it hold it up. You're letting everything gently fall to where it's comfortable. Take a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Sound or no sound doesn't matter. Inhale through the nose. Nice long, deep exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Close your eyes. Now we're going to breathe in just through the nose and exhale just through the nose. You're letting your knees continue to fall, and as you're breathing in through the nose, you're focusing on your body, listening to where it feels good, where you might have challenges, where you might need to make a few adjustments in this practice, because you are your best teacher and you're the one who's able to make this the right practice for you without getting injured. On your next inhale, go ahead and take your hands to the outsides of your knees. Your knees should be nice and floppy. You're pressing your knees with your hands. Then at the very end, your muscles start to re-engage because you've given them a nice stretch. You don't want to stretch them out and then instantly just jam them back together. Use your hands to support you. Take a nice little tuck, knees into the chest. You can grab your wrists, forearms, or elbows. Take some rolls side to side. Let's just warm up the spine quickly, getting those muscles a little bit of a massage. From here, take the hands to the backs of the knees, and we're going to do our nice roll-ups. So just a few here, rolling up and down the mat. Again, getting that nice massage in there. And remember last time, listen carefully. We're going to roll up right away. We're going to plant the hands, plant the feet, and coming straight into our ragdoll. So the feet are about hip width distance apart. You can take your two fists in between to measure if you need to. You've got a nice deep bend in the knees because we're just getting started. And you're forward folding your body over, grabbing your arms if you want to, or letting them dangle. Let your head hang. You want your belly to touch your thighs. You might want to rock side to side, getting a nice little twist, a different kind of a stretch in there. We're just here for a breath or two because we've got a lot to fit into this 30 minutes. So release your hands if you had them up. And we're going to roll, keeping that nice bend in the knees, rolling the spine all the way up. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Rolling, getting a good little stretch in there. If you feel a nice stretch, I definitely do in my shoulders and neck. Stacking everything underneath before you finally come to the shoulders, rolling them up, back, and down. Lifting the head, stacking everything nice, tall, and straight. Toe heel your big toes together, little gap in the ankles. Arms are out to the side in your nice Tadasana. Remember to ground through those feet, maybe lifting those toes and spreading them. Remembering to squeeze the inner thighs together, engage the outer hips. One breath here as we set our intention. Whatever word came to you, that is the word for your intention today. Inhale, reach yourself up all the way, feeling a little space in your ribs as you reach your hands up and look up at them. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands. We're going to step the right foot back, and immediately we're stepping the left foot back. From here, we're dropping, sorry, no, we're not dropping the knees yet. We're shifting our body forward so the shoulders are slightly in front of the wrists instead of directly on top. Now we're dropping our knees, squeezing the elbows in. We're dropping our chin and our chest toward the ground for our Chaturanga Dandasana, pressing back up into Cobra, and then exhale, down dog. So we're taking a typical, exhale into child's pose. You can go into down dog if you want to. We're taking a typical Surya Namaskar A, but we're making it a less intense version. Inhale, bring yourself back up to tabletop. So we're doing this one more time. And if this is where you are, if this feels good to you and where you want to continue to do your practice, when we move on to do a more typical Surya Namaskar A, you keep dropping your knees. That's perfect. So we're pressing ourselves back into downward facing dog. Look to the front of the mat. Step the right foot in between the hands. Step the left foot in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice long spine. Hands on your shins if you need a little extra length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Nice, long, straight, tall lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step the left foot back this time. Right foot goes right away to meet it. We're shifting our body up to our toes. Our shoulders are slightly in front of our wrists. Drop the knees here. And now squeeze the elbows in. Chaturanga Dandasana with the knees down. Inhale, up dog. That's where I'm going. Or cobra. And then exhale, go ahead and come right back into your downward facing dog, or you can take that child's pose that I took last time. One breath here. And exhale. Step your left foot up between your hands. Step your right foot up to meet it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Now we're gonna keep moving. We don't have a lot of time, so exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. From here, you can step, float, or hop your feet back. Coming into our Surya Namaskar A, knees lifted. If you're keeping your knees lifted, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. And then look to the front of the mat. Bend the knees, step, float, or hop yourself forward. This time, right away, we're coming into chair. Drop the hips back. Inhale, lift the arms up. Maybe rotate those pinkies in just a tiny little bit to get your arms in line with your ears. Exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right. So left elbow hooks over that right knee. Inhale yourself back into chair. Exhale, twist to the left. Great job. Get a nice twist in there. Inhale, back into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And from here, you're going to step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come through one more Surya Namaskar A, Vinyasa, one more Vinyasa. So shift your body forward. Squeeze those elbows in, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look to the front of the mat. Bend the knees. Step, floater, hop yourself forward. Inhaling back into chair. Exhale, twist to the left this time. As you twist, make sure your knees stay in line with each other. Inhale, sit those hips back, chair. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step, float, or hop yourself back. Coming through your vinyasa. High to low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Press through those fingers or the knuckles of your hands. Ground through that back left foot. We're coming into warrior one. We're going to have one extra breath here. So keep that right knee bent over that right ankle. Arms are up to the sky. If this is a hard pose for you, it's hard for a lot of people. There's a lot of tightness that we often carry in our hip flexors, and it's hard to pull that left hip forward as we draw that right hip back. You can take your hands to your hips and help adjust them. What helps me is really pressing through the blade of my left foot. So as I'm bending my knee, I'm pressing away with my left foot, and I'm shifting my hips as I use that pressure. Took a long time to get where I am, and I'm nowhere near where other people who have more flexibility than I do, where they are. Warrior two. Right away, we're inhaling, straightening through that front right leg. Exhale, triangle. Take the back of the right hand to the inside of the right ankle. Make sure you're nice and straight. Inhale yourself back up to standing. Exhale, rebend through that right knee. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands either side of that right foot. Plant them down, and we're coming into our side plank. So you can drop your knee when you come into side plank, or stay lifted. But today, I challenge you to take the next step, whether it's a variation or whether it's just lifting the knee. So we're inhaling, right arm comes up to the sky. We're in a nice twist. Coming onto the blade of the left foot. I'm going to take tree today. So we're placing either the right foot on top of the left. We're taking the left knee down to the ground, right leg stays extended, or we're with me in tree. Inhale, on your next inhale, extend the right arm over the right ear, place it back down. If you can, keep that leg lifted, coming through our vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very, very well done. So now we're in downward facing dog. We're going to step the left foot up. Let's keep going. Let's keep going on the right side. We're going to step the right foot up in between the hands. Rotate ourselves into the middle. We're coming into Prasarita Padottanasana. So stand up straight, take the feet, toes pointing slightly in, or feet parallel to the sides of the mat. Hands to the hips or out to the side. We're inhaling, lifting the crown of the head. Try not to arch your back into this, but we're lifting the chest and the crown of the head. And then exhale, forward fold. Try to take the crown of the head toward the ground. You can walk your hands through. And exhale, right away, we're coming up into that halfway lift, which is where you stay if you didn't want your crown to go all the way down. We're turning to the back of the mat. Right away, rebend that left knee. We're coming into our balances. So we're shifting our body weight forward, lifting that right leg up to the sky. First pose, standing split. So inhale, shoulders down the back, hands are on the ground. Exhale, lifting that right leg up to the sky, pressing through that left leg. That left leg presses into the ground to lift it even higher. Right leg is squeezing. You've got this, because right away, we're taking our next inhale. Keep that right leg lifted. Right leg is still lifted. Knee comes into the chest. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So you're either staying here with the right hand on the right knee, Left ending that right leg all the way out, right shoulder, right hip, draw back toward the midline. One breath here. If you extended your leg, go ahead and rebend it, but we're not letting it go. We're taking the blade of the left foot into the right, sorry, the blade of the right foot into the left hand. Don't release it. Extend your right arm up to the sky, and we're taking a twist. So extend that right foot out. If you fall out, come back in. You might be doing this just holding the knee. One breath here. Back to center. Balance, balance, balance through your warrior three. Hands on the ground if you need it. And then step your right foot back. We're coming back to the front of the mat, but we're going to take a skandasana on the way. So drop your hips back to the mat, extend through that left leg. Your foot is flexed. Eventually, your sitting bones come down to the mat. Again, nowhere near that for me. But one day, I keep practicing. I hope you do too. Rotate yourself back to the front of the mat. Your hands are either side of that right foot. Plant your hands down, coming through Vinyasa. So step the right foot back, shift the body forward, squeeze through those elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. You know exactly what to expect. We're taking the same thing on the left side. So you're inhaling that left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it down, ground through that back right foot. Inhale or warrior one. Remember, we took a little extra time here. So your arms are up to the sky. Your pinkies might be slightly rotated in. Your right hip is pressing forward. Your left hip is pushing back. Your right foot is pressed firmly into the ground. And you might be using that pressure to shift your hips into a more neutral position. On your next inhale, go ahead and open it up into warrior two. Ground through your warrior two on the exhale. Inhale, straighten through that left leg. Exhale, take your triangle. Back of the left hand comes to the inside of. Inhale it back up to standing. Exhale, rebend that left knee. Flip the left palm, reverse your warrior. Pull up with that left arm. Exhale, cartwheel your hands either side of that left foot. We're coming into our side plank. So whatever variation you took on the other side, you're taking here. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. You can stay in this twist if you want to. Or exhale, you're taking your side plank. Just here for a breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale your left arm over that left ear. Try and keep that lifted leg if you took a variation coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we are taking our Prasarita Padottanasana to get to the back of the mat. So we're stepping our left foot in between our hands. We're rotating to the center of the mat, except I'm turning around, so you don't get the back end of me. We're in our halfway lift. This time we're going to stay in this nice halfway lift. Shoot your tailbone behind you. Extend the crown of the head in front of you. And you're staying here nice and long. We're setting up just a little bit differently so that you can feel how different motions feel. Exhale. Now, if you're coming, the crown of your head comes toward the mat. We've just got a short stop here. Inhaling for one. Exhaling for one. Inhale, lift yourself back up into that halfway lift if that's where you went. And rotate yourself to the front of the mat, or to the back of the mat, sorry. So your hands are either side of that right foot this time, and you know what to expect. We're coming right away into our standing split. Shifting your body weight forward, lifting that left leg off the ground. Hands don't leave the ground. Take a nice long inhale to extend that spine. You're kind of in a warrior three leg right now. But as you exhale, your left leg lifts, your body folds over that right leg. You might want to grab the back of your right ankle if that feels good. Pressing through that right leg, squeezing that right glute to help lift that left leg even higher. Both legs are working so hard. Left leg drawing up, right leg pressing into the ground and lifting. One more breath here. And on your exhale, release that leg down and bring that knee back into the chest. That's where it stays. Right arm extends up to the sky. Or the left hand grabs the big toe with the two peace fingers and you extend that leg out. We've just got a couple of breaths here. Draw that left shoulder back, that left hip back. One more breath here. And if you extended your leg, go ahead and rebend through that left knee, releasing the big toe from the two peace fingers, taking the left hand either onto the knee or taking it to the outside, the blade of the right hand to the blade of the left foot. Your left arm is now extended to the side, and maybe you're extending and taking the twist. Just one quick breath here. And exhale. Very, very slowly, you're bringing it back to center. You're rebending through that left leg, and you're slowly extending that left leg back into your warrior three balance as you take it down. We're rotating back to the front of the mat, but don't forget we've got that skandasana. Extend through that right leg. Drop that right sitting bone down to the ground. Spine stays long. Arms are just inside of that left leg. We're all working here. Pressing our sitting bones toward the mat. Getting some nice extension, flexing that foot, get the stretch. And then we rotate back to the front of the mat. All we've got is our vinyasa. Such a quick flow. We're stepping our left foot back, shifting our body forward onto our toes. Use that core. Drop the body, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. The chest presses through those arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Quick flow. We're going to drop our knees to the mat. We're actually going to go ahead and sit all the way back. We're going to come through Baddha Konasana first. Not our usual progression, but that's where we're going. We're coming through Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet are together, or you take the thumbs inside of the feet and you peel them open like a book. You can even use your elbows to press your knees down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, shoulders down the back. Exhale, forward fold through the hips. Again, we're using that hip fold to extend our long, straight as we can get it spine. Eventually, you might reach your forehead down to the mat. You know, hashtag yoga goals. Inhale to keep that length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, lifting ourselves back up. Extend those legs out. We're going to take Tadasana. So we've got this nice long diamond shape, just like Baddha Konasana, but we're extended. Inhaling, same way. We're keeping that nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. You're walking your hands forward. You might eventually get to where you can reach the toes without curving your spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. This is Definitely one of my problem areas. Sometimes I can go farther and sometimes I stop way up, which is where I am today. I've got a lot of tightness in my IT bands. That's where I feel it the most. One more breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping that spine as long as possible. We're going to lift our body up straight. Extend your legs out. We've got Paschimottanasana. So feet are flexed, pinky toes pull back so they're in line with the rest of your toes. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Draw the body forward before you grab your feet. Once you're forward enough, then grab those feet. You can keep your knees bent as deeply as they need to be bent. Shoulders away from the ears. Thighs are engaged, trying to pull your body forward. We've got 2 more breaths here. Inhaling for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Nice long straight spine. We're bending our legs. We're coming down into our reclined poses. So slowly reach out. Remember, grab the moon. Let the moon pull against you, trying to pull you back into the sky. Subtle imagery. Reach for the moon. We're grabbing the moon. We're pulling ourselves back, rolling slowly, slowly, slowly. We're letting our body feel that fight so that we engage our muscles as we roll down onto our back. Spine is curving, core is engaged, slowly rolling down. If you are really engaging all of those muscles, that both feels good and is a very challenging motion. From here, we are taking it into either bridge or wheel. I have already done, by the luck of the world, 2 yoga practices today. So I'm taking it into a bridge, but feel free to take your wheel. Go ahead and line yourself up. Make sure that your knees are hip width distance. Your heels are underneath your knees, taking your heels to the tips of your fingertips if that's the right position for you. I know I usually guide that for your body. That's where you need to be. Your knees are on top of your ankles. Your heels are pressing down. Your spine is long and extended. On your next inhale, go ahead and press your hips up. You're squeezing your thighs together. Your glutes are slightly engaged. Your core is drawing in. Your ribs are drawing down. You can interlace your hands underneath. Work your shoulders under. If you went into a wheel, make sure you entered slowly. Make sure you're engaging your inner thighs. Let your spine loosen. We've got 1 more breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Very slowly, we're releasing the upper back, the middle back, and the lower back with nice slow control. Immediately take a nice little tuck in to reverse to counter that nice back bend you just did. From here, you can take any final inversion you want, but let me encourage you to come with me and take halasana, to take plow pose today. So extending our legs up the imaginary wall, we are pressing through our hands, lifting our hips up so that our spine is long and our toes come over our head. Spine stays nice and long. We're just taking 3 breaths here, and we've already finished one of them. We've got inhale and exhale. Try to keep that neck nice and long out of your chest. Inhale and exhale. Very, very slowly. If you took another inversion, You should know how to come out safely. If you came with me, we're very, very slowly. We're rolling our hips down, trying to keep our thighs as close to our belly as possible. Meeting anybody who decided to stay in Viprichakrani. And everybody is lowering our legs down. Slowly, 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 slowly coming into our final Shavasana. It's a very quick one. We zoomed through that practice, but we got it all in. So we are relaxing, releasing any of the tension that you just maybe retained from that practice. We did not take a final twist. If you do want to take a final twist before Shavasana, go ahead and do that. We did quite a number of twists in our chairs. But if not, you're releasing all of that tension. You're relaxing all of your muscles. Letting every little muscle from the toes all the way up the legs, all the way up the arms, through the torso, from the pelvis all the way up through the chest and shoulders. Everything's relaxing. You're releasing your neck and all the tiny little muscles throughout your face, your forehead, your jaw, the top of your head, even the back of your head has tiny little muscles. You let them all melt down into the mat. And it's a very short practice, so it's a very short Shavasana. If you want to stay here, go ahead. If not, take some movement into your fingers, into your toes, into your wrists, into your ankles. You might want to take a nice good morning stretch, arms over the head. Take the arms, take a nice tuck, knees come into the chest. Take a roll either to the right side or the left, whichever feels good to you today. Have a breath there. And then slowly use your hand to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Hands come to heart center. Exhale everything out. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And we're all going to take a nice inhale together. Exhale. Open your eyes, and thank you so much for joining me. It was a very quick practice, but I hope you got what you needed from it, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday for our nice 60-minute mandala practice. Have a fabulous weekend. And a hey to Jenny, because she maybe practiced with us.